Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. Today's Do You Know question is, do you know what Islam and Muslims are all about? Why are we addressing this particular question? Well, given the confusion among the various events that are happening in the world and so on, it's important that we educate ourselves as to what Islam is all about, and Muslims, those who practice Islam, what they are all about and what their key practices and beliefs are. This is very important in our world today, and it's also the mission that we have been given primarily through our Second Vatican Council, as well as the exhortation of Pope Francis. Pope Francis, in his apostolic exhortation, Evangelii Gaudium, the joy of the gospel, encourages that we have dialogue with our brothers and sisters in the Christian faith, our ecumenical dialogue, as well as our interreligious dialogue. And he stresses that it's very important that we do this for the sake of knowing one another and for the sake of promoting justice and peace. I just wanted to quote a line from Pope Francis concerning that. This is from Evangelii Gaudium, Joy of the Gospels, number 250. An attitude of openness in truth and in love must characterize the dialogue with followers of non-Christian religions, in spite of various obstacles and difficulties, especially various forms of fundamentalism on both sides. Interreligious dialogue is a necessary condition for peace in the world, and so it is a duty for Christians as well as other religious communities. Those are very significant and important words from Pope Francis concerning interreligious dialogue and why we must engage in it. So today I would like to address briefly what Islam is and what Muslims are all about. Islam is the faith that Muslims practice. In other words, Muslims are people who practice Islam. The word Islam itself has its root meaning in aligning oneself with the wills and desire of God. It's done primarily through aligning and submitting oneself to God's will and desire, and establishing a sense of balance and wholeness in one's life, something that Muslims call the salam of life, often translated as peace, but better translated as a sense of balance in which one has one's priorities and one's relationship in the right order. So Muslims, therefore, are people who practice salam, who attempt to establish a sense of wholeness in their lives by attuning themselves to the guidance, wisdom, and desires of God. Now, how do Muslims know what it is that God desires and what God intends for us? Well, Muslims believe that God revealed those intentions for us in the Quran. The Quran is the revelation of God to the Prophet Muhammad, and the Prophet Muhammad memorized and eventually put those down in writings through the words, through his recitation to other of his followers. They put it down and collected into the holy book of Islam, which is the Quran. It's believed that every word of the Quran, even the very arrangement of the Quran, was revealed by God, and it's the very intention, will, and desire of God for all Muslims to live according to what God intends. Muhammad himself is seen as the ideal Muslims, and therefore his sayings, his words and deeds, which have been collected in a variety of collections known as the Hadith, present a second level of guidance as to how to live to be a good Muslim. In order to understand and know Muslims better, therefore, it is very important to expose ourselves to who Muslims are. One of the things that I would suggest very much up front is to actually call and visit a mosque. Get to know Muslims. Get to know what their beliefs, their practices are, and what motivates them as people. And you will recognize that we have so much in common, much more so than we have differences. But it's essential and important that we really do our best to try to learn and to understand what Muslims are about, for the sake, as Pope Francis quotes here, for the sake of establishing the necessary conditions for peace in the world. This is a duty that we all must respond to and carry out. So I hope this has helped at least exposing you a bit to what Islam is about and what Muslims are about. And I hope that you will return to learn more about our faith and how it interacts and dialogues with Christians and with people of other religious traditions. Thank you very much.